Hello friends and welcome to our Friday edition of TNT. It's the last day of the working week. Thank you for dropping in. Now tomorrow's live program, that's when we get to spend an hour together. Anybody can join in and you can join in the comments section live. That'll be at 7 a.m. Thai time. So hopefully, no matter where you are in the world, you may have a few moments. I try and jiggle the time around from week to week, basically so that different people in different time zones can join in. And then on Sunday, we've got our Grumpy Old Men program. Now, other people have asked me what I'm looking at when I'm doing the program. Well, of course, I'm looking at the camera, but I'm about a metre away from my front window. And I look out, this is the view I've got. And this was taken this morning around about 7 a.m. And you can see the local fishermen are getting ready to go out and do their shrimp fishing. And they've been getting ready for the past month. So I'm pretty sure they're just about to head out, but otherwise not much traffic on this road directly in front of my beach house. And the beach looking spectacular this morning. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be heading into that part of the Andaman Sea for a quick swim this afternoon. So that's what I look at each day. Let's move on to our news stories today. Quite a mixed bag. And we start off with the BangkokPost.com, the largest drug bust. 4 arrested in Nakhon Pathom raid. Police arrested 4 suspects in Nakhon Pathom province, that's just north of Bangkok. Now, that happened on Wednesday night, seizing the largest amount of narcotics ever recorded in a single operation in Thailand. Deputy National Police Chief, Police General Torsak, who's going to be the new Police Commissioner in Thailand after October the 1st, says the police conducted a raid at a house in Nakhon Pathom at 11:30 as part of their drug suppression mission. During the operation, 4 men were apprehended and a substantial quantity of narcotics was confiscated from the 2-storey house. And the seized drugs include 15 million methamphetamine pills, 443 heroin bars, 420 kilograms of crystal methamphetamine, and a quantity of narcotics known as happy water and 5-5. Those last two pop up at events like the full moon party on Phangan. And Police General Torsak said this was the largest drug seizure in the country, estimating the street value of the drugs at about 300 million baht. He said detectives spent about 2 years tracking down the gang of the suspects following the previous arrest of one of its members. And then a quote from a police officer telling us the bleeding obvious. Police General Samaran said the gang smuggled drugs from countries neighbouring the northern region of Thailand, aka the Golden Triangle. Heading to Pattaya now, and the PattayaNews.com reports 2 drivers die and 2 passengers seriously injured in Pattaya tour bus accident. And just a quick reference back a few days when we had that Bangkok bus slamming into 4 or 5 cars on Rama 2, and we found out that 18 people were injured. And I said during the report that, we should be grateful that no one was injured. I should have said we should have been grateful that no one was killed. That's certainly what I meant to say. And we can see that this bus is slammed right onto the edge of that concrete and steel gate. 2 drivers were killed and 2 passengers seriously injured when a tour bus ran off Highway 331. Happened on Thursday morning. And the accident occurred at 10:16 a.m. inbound to Sattahip district. And the bus operated by the Chan Tour Company was transporting an unclear number of passengers when it suddenly veered off the highway and ploughed into a concrete barrier by the roadside. And upon rescuers' inspection inside the bus wreckage, 2 men were found deceased and 2 unidentified passengers were seriously injured. According to police, the exact cause of the accident remains unclear. However, he suspected that the driver might have fallen asleep at the wheel. And you get a sense that that may have happened because given all the space that he could have headed to with the bus, it did slam, unfortunately, straight into that concrete wall. Another one of these inter-provincial bus incidents. Sadly, far too many of them. Heading to our next story, and we head to Phuket this time. But whilst we're in Patong, they've got a special visitor today, reported by Phuket-go.com. Thai PM heads to Phuket to push along local projects. This is the second time the Thai PM has visited Phuket since becoming Prime Minister, the first time just 48 hours after he assumed the position. And new Thai PM Srettha Thavisin is heading to Phuket and Phang today to follow up transportation infrastructure and planning projects. One of the main projects is the new Andaman International Airport to be built in Koh Loi, just 15 minutes north of Phuket's Saracen Bridge. Well, up to now it's been referred to as the Phang International Airport, but it looks like it's suddenly got a name. The report says he's following up 2 stretches of a proposed expressway, and he's targeting Phuket as a major tourist driver for the Thai economy. After some meetings at the Phuket airport, the PM and entourage will head to inspect the site of the Patong tunnel at 1:30 p.m. This project's been spoken about for at least 2 decades, but he is obviously trying to push forward with that particular project. And he'll arrive at the site of the proposed Andaman International Airport at Koh Loi at 3 p.m. He will discuss the project with Phang officials and stresses that he would like the new international terminal operating by 2027. 4 years to build a new international airport? Good luck with that. Airports of Thailand already moved forward with its 70 billion baht plan to build a new airport in Phang, located north of Phuket, to accommodate the increasing number of tourists coming to the Andaman region. The new international airport in Phang is intended to alleviate the air traffic congestion at the Phuket International Airport, and the land is located between Koh Loi village and the Phang township. That's only 15 minutes from where I am here on Turtle Beach. Maybe I could pop out and have a quick coffee with the Prime Minister today. Don't forget tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for our live program. You're watching TNT. Happy to report another beautiful day of weather here on the island of Phuket. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, 5 Star Marine. We're here at their Boat Lagoon headquarters in Phuket, and they'll take you out on a charter bespoke VIP tour onto any of the islands in Phang Bay. And apart from the link in the description, you've also got this link here. You can type that into your Google machine, and please support my sponsor, 5 Star Marine. Heading to nation Thailand now, and this is picking up a story that's been floating around for a few years now in Thailand, and the Parliament accepts public draft bills on same-sex marriage and gender identity. Representatives of certain groups on Thursday presented to Parliament, on behalf of the public, the drafts of 3 bills in the hope that lawmakers would pass legislation on same-sex marriage, promote gender acceptance, and redefine prostitution. The drafts were accepted by the First Deputy House Speaker. Well, draft bills on some of these topics were already jiggling around the desk of the Parliamentary Secretary and were probably going to be heard by Parliament sometime later this year. But the presentation of these draft bills from outside Parliament, I think, will probably just move these things forward. And the draft Marriage Equality Bill proposes amending Section 1448 of the Civil and Commercial Code, which limits the definition of marriage to a man and a woman by making the marriage law applicable to any couple, regardless of gender. To the second one, the draft bill on gender identity, gender expression and sexuality proposes that official certificates accept the gender that an individual identifies as. And the third draft is an amendment to the 1996 Prevention and Suppression of Prostitution Act, specifically to define sex workers as legal professionals who are entitled to rights and freedoms to work equally. Again, amendments to that act have already been presented to Parliament but weren't able to be debated before the last Parliament was closed down. And a representative from the group that presented the draft said, "We urge Parliament to seriously consider these drafts, as the previous Parliament failed to pass the laws that would help offer equality and justice to all members of society." And the Deputy House Speaker said that Parliament would consider the drafts and open a public hearing session as soon as possible. The 3 or 4 parties in the new coalition government included some of these policies in their manifestos. It was also included in the Move Forward Party, who are now the opposition, so it's pretty sure that these things will pass through Parliament. probably by the end of the year. We go to the Bangkok Post now, and teacher suspended for repeatedly slapping a student. A teacher at a secondary school has been suspended for repeatedly slapping the face of a student, reportedly because he refused to call her mum after video of the incident was widely seen online. The Deputy Dean of the Ram Khamang University, overseeing its demonstration secondary schools, said yesterday that the guardian of the student met with him last week to discuss the matter. The video shows a teacher grabbing a schoolboy's wrist and leading him through a passage. She then stops to speak to the boy and points to his face before slapping it. The impact takes off his face mask. The teacher is then seen shouting at the boy and hitting his face again. The impact of the second slap was so hard that his face jerked to one side. And a report about the incidents going to the disciplinary office of the university, and pending its ruling, the teacher concerned has been suspended. And further down, the Deputy Dean said the boy told him he was okay, and the boy's classmates have also given him moral support. The video was posted online by a woman who said she was the schoolboy's aunt. She said the teacher had become angry after the boy rejected her instruction to call her mum, telling her he only had one mother. And she said it was unfair for the boy to be slapped twice while he kept apologising to the teacher, according to the X post. And again, we're being reminded that X used to be called Twitter. I wonder how long we're going to be reminded about that. Heading to a regional story now, and ThaiPBSWorld.com reports that Taiwan unveils first domestically built submarine. The pride of Taiwan on display to the public for the first time. And Taiwan unveiled its first domestically built submarine yesterday as the massively outgunned island seeks to bolster defence against China, which slammed the strategy as idiotic nonsense. And the Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen, strongly opposed by Beijing for refusal to accept China's authority over the island, launched a submarine program in 2016 with the aim of delivering a fleet of 8 vessels. And the president said history will forever remember this day. In the past, building submarines domestically was considered mission impossible. But today, a submarine designed and built by our own people is right in front of everyone. We did it. And the chairman of the submarine manufacturer CSBC Corp said the 7-year building process had the team working around the clock, calling it a magical weapon of asymmetric warfare. And the submarine measures 80 metres in length, has a displacement weight of about 2,000 to 3,000 tonnes, and boasts combat systems and torpedoes sourced from the US defence company Lockheed Martin. And it will now undergo sea trials, with the president saying the submarine would be operational by 2025, though some defence analysts say it could take longer. Taiwan's Navy currently has 2 working submarines, Swordfish-class vessels bought from the Netherlands in the 1980s. And China has about 60 submarines, 6 of which are nuclear-powered and armed with ballistic missiles, according to the US Department of Defense, a clear numbers disadvantage compared to Taiwan's fledgling fleet. That story reported by ThaiPBSWorld.com. Thank you for watching today. Hopefully you're a bit more up to date with things happening around Thailand. Really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel. Over 27,000 subscribers now. I'm very grateful for that, but I'm aiming for 30,000 before the end of the year. Thanks for watching today. Look forward to seeing you at 7 a.m. Thai time tomorrow. Grumpy Old Men on Sunday. Otherwise, we'll see you with our next TNT program on Monday.